Welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician. Today we're going to be going over some of the things that I got for Christmas. So not everything's going to be included in this video because there are some things that I've already put away. Basically what me and my wife do is we just exchange Amazon lists. We buy each other a couple things from there and then we pass the rest of the list on to our family members. So she got me like an Oral-B toothbrush, a beard trimmer, things like that I've already put away. But there are some other things that I really needed that I got, and then there were also some nice surprises. So we're gonna go ahead and go over those things. And if you guys got anything this year that you are really enjoying, let me know down in the comments. Some of these I will have linked down in the description. Some of these are tool related and some of them are not. But let's go ahead and get right into this. All right, so first up is this sign. I like to hang signs in my garage, and this is one that I got this year. Warning, if my dog doesn't get you, my 45 will. I thought that was pretty cool. It's made in the USA. I think it's gonna make for a great addition to the garage, and I think I have a good spot for it right up here between the door and my other sign. I think it'll look really good up there. So next up are these kebab baskets from Cabela's. And if you've ever made kebabs on the grill, sometimes they have a tendency of the meat or vegetables sticking to the grill, and then when you go to turn them, you lose some of your food. So this is really nice. You pop them open, you put whatever you would normally put on your kebab in here, and you get the same effect. And then what's nice is you can, if you wanted to, you could just eat them right out of here. So I think this is going to be good for home and camping use. Next up, some more grilling stuff. This is from Grill Mark, their grilling wok. Once again, this is going to be great for home and camping. It's got little handles over here on the side. This is going to work really well. I think it'll sit really well on my little camp stove. So I think that's going to work out really nicely. So we got a couple new items there to try on the grill. And then with that also came some Cosmos dry rubs. This is Texas beef and honey killer bee. So I've never used this brand before, so I always like trying out new seasonings. Next up, I got a flannel, which is really nice because I love wearing flannels. As you can see over there, I have 4 or so. And I don't like wearing a big heavy coat unless I absolutely have to, and those ones up there are pretty thin. This one's got a little bit more insulation to it, some padded sleeves, a little bit more insulation. So this is going to be better for a little bit cooler days. And I believe this is also a brand from Cabela's as well, but it's really comfortable. I like the color combination on it. Definitely a nice little gift there for sure. Next up, we're looking at a bourbon. So I don't mention a whole lot in my videos or anything like that, but I do like collecting and enjoying some bourbon and whiskey. And Lux Row is actually what I started out on, some of their lower end stuff, like the Rebel series. After getting into bourbon, I think I have something like 115 or 120 bottles. I still have a soft spot for Lux Row products, whether that be Davies County, Ezra Brooks, Rebel, or, you know, some of Lux Row's specialty bottles. And I found this one maybe a year and a half ago, and at that time I couldn't find it. Like, I was surprised when I found it, and so my uncle picked me one up, and then now they're popping up everywhere, which is great because I really enjoy it. So if I ever run out, it shouldn't be a problem finding another one, but it is one that I really enjoy, and I do have quite a few from Lux Row Distillers. I have their 12-year and many others. I probably have 20 or so different bottles from Lux Row. And this is their 4-grain mash bill, double single barrel. It's got a wheated barrel and a rye barrel. I don't think there's an age statement on this one, but it does come in at 115 proof. It's a nice little blend. I really enjoy it. And so yeah, that was an awesome gift. And then I got one more, and I'm gonna crack this one open. This is Mythology. This is called their Friendship Bourbon, I believe. Best Friend Bourbon. And my dad, actually, he was in Colorado on a little vacation, and just so happened to walk into the Mythology grand opening. It's a small craft distiller, and he bought a bottle of this, and when he came to visit, I got to try it. It was really good, especially for a lower proof bourbon. I really enjoyed it. There you can see it is 88 proof. I don't keep a whole lot of lower proof bourbons, but when you do find a good one, it's always nice, and I really enjoyed this one. It's got the San Francisco Double Gold Really, really nice bottle. I like the artwork. They have many others. They have a rye, I think a single barrel. They have a few other options. So he's going to be trying to get a hold of some of those. But this is a nice little blend. It's got a 15-year from Kentucky, a 5-year from Indiana, and a 2-year from Indiana. The Indiana ones are probably MGP. And the Kentucky one, that could be, Bardstown, Heaven Hill, Buffalo Trace. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm sure some of those in the bourbon community that know more than me could probably just look at that mash bill and know exactly what that 15-year portion comes from. But it is age stated, minimum of 2 years. Usually when you see things like this, it doesn't matter if it's 15, 100 years, whatever the lowest year is what they have to state on there. I think they have to state it. I don't know if it's mandatory or not, but if they do state it, it has to be the lowest year. Definitely a nice little blend there, and I'm gonna go ahead and pour myself some and see, because it's been a few months since I've tried it. So it is fairly light, and I'm just gonna guesstimate that 15-year, there's a very small percentage of the 15-year in here, but when you get a blend like this, that 15-year is probably what really sets it off. Even with the small percentage that's used, it's just a really nice bourbon, and I really enjoy it, so that was a fantastic gift. Then with that, my sister decided it would be good to get me this, which I can't argue with. I see this all the time when I'm in Walmart and have wanted to purchase it and never did, so she did, and now I'm going to try it out. Not right now, but in a little bit. Next up, we're going to look at a few tools. Basically, all of them are from Lyle except for one. First one up is the Wheel Stud Installer, part number 22800. And this is a fantastic tool that can be used in multiple ways in order to remove wheel studs. And I'll be using this on my future project car, so stay tuned for that. I'll do in-depth videos of the use of all of these tools I'm about to show you. But this just makes installing wheel studs much, much easier. Definitely a gift that I will get tons of use out of. This is a plastic razor blade set, and I have some, but the actual tool that the razor blade sits in, it's in a retractable one, and I can't stand it because anytime you're like trying to scrape, you hit a little something, then it wants to retract in, and I thought this was a really good design. So you got a nice long handle. It's kind of got a grip material to it, so it's got a little grip to it. It already comes with a couple plastic razor blades installed. You get 2 of them. They're identical. And then you get, I believe, 100 spare razor blades with it. Because the plastic razor blades, they aren't like your standard razor blade. They do tend to get nicked and chewed up pretty quickly compared to your standard razor blade. But these are really nice, removing decals, working with aluminum, anything you don't want to gouge. Plastic razor blades can be extremely handy. So I'll try and have these products linked down in the description for you guys if you guys are interested in them, but I'm definitely going to get some good use out of that. Next up are the Lyle exhaust removal pliers, and I've always just used a couple of screwdrivers. And if you only do an exhaust every, few years, or you don't really do them all that often, then yeah, you can just get by with a couple of screwdrivers. But if you plan on doing a decent amount, or you don't want to fiddle with the screwdrivers, these can be extremely handy. Another product from Lyle, 38350. And you basically just put this on one side, as you can see here, on one side of the isolator, and then you push the exhaust hanger through the isolator, and it just makes quick, easy work of it. And this is a Lyle product that is made in the USA. So another really good product there that I will get some good use out of on the next project car. Last up, as far as tools, is this Lyle gasket separator, part number 50210. And this basically, it's a handle, and then you have a metal block and a blade on top. And you basically use this for rear ends, transmissions, oil pans, things like that. You take this and you hammer the backside of this block in order to get this between the pan and whatever it may be, the transmission or the block, whatever. And then you can also strike the side of it in order to go around the pan and remove it. It makes removing or separating the pans or covers much, much easier. As you can see there, the blade goes around the edges as well to help with that. So that will definitely be a handy tool. I will make a video on all of these when I get around to working on the new project car in the next, hopefully, year or so. Next up is a product that my dad picked up with this bottle of bourbon. This is something that I've wanted for 2 or 3 years. I've had on my Amazon list and just never picked up, and my wife must have sent it over to him because he picked it up. It is the Pure Clean Crystal European Ravenscroft Crystal Collection lead-free decanter, and I think this thing is absolutely beautiful. Focus. This thing is just absolutely stunning. Got a nice big topper on it. You don't want to fall on that thing. That thing is just gorgeous. I can't wait. The only problem is I don't know what bourbon I want to put in this. And then last up are actually a couple products from my buddy. He started his own business maybe a year and a half ago. He has a 3D printing business, and he makes tons of different things. I picked out a couple, and then he surprised me with one. My son got a ton of stuff from him, and I'll be doing a dedicated video on his products. So if you guys want to get your kids or a family member or friend some 3D printed stuff, I'll have his website linked down in the description. Now I was actually at his house, so I just put the stuff in these boxes. But when he ships them to you, he wraps them up, bubble wrap, boxed. I mean, it's very clean. And he has 15 printers, and he prints at a really slow speed because I guess the slower you print them, the higher the quality. He's extremely particular about any discrepancies, then the item gets tossed. He doesn't ship anything unless it is top notch. So first up, I picked out this little Cyborg Bee. I just love this color combination. It's like a matte metallic, and I think this thing is dope. The wings are articulating, so you can move them around however you want. The legs move, and I think I'm gonna put it up there on top of my PC. I'm not sure, but I just thought this thing was freaking sweet. The other one I picked out was one of the dragons. I can't remember the name of this one. He has tons of different designs, tons of different color options, glow-in-the-dark options. I mean, just tons of different things. I know you can't see that real well here, but there's a bunch of gears and pipes on him. Everything moves, and then on the tail you can see the double gear here, but this gear spins inside his tail. So I just thought these were super cool, and the color combination, I absolutely love it. So those were just a couple. I'll show these and many others in a dedicated video on some of his products, but he actually has this switch in his computer room, and I absolutely love it. Well, he surprised me and printed one overnight. It took 25 hours to print this, and he got it to me before I left, and I have to find somewhere to put it because my garage light switch is actually inside the house, and I don't think my wife would want this in the house, but we'll see. So here's the back plate for the light switch. You have a moving portion here, your main gear and your handle, and it turns on and off your light. So when you flip it up, it actually pushes the light switch down, shutting the light switch off, and when you flip it down, it turns it on. But when you remove your plate, you could just take the light switch out, turn it over, put it back in, and then when you flip it up, flipping the switch down should turn your light on. So it should be pretty simple, but I just thought this thing was super cool. I love the color combo, so that's why it's like that. And this thing does come in multiple pieces, but I just have it assembled so you guys can see what it looks like. And you put it on there, and then this will turn on and off your light. So I just thought that was super cool. And now I just got to find a place that my wife probably won't approve and get this thing installed. But I'm really happy with it. There's the last couple items. All around, great gifts. But also keep in mind, it's not about the gifts. It truly is about spending time with family. I don't live anywhere near my family, and we go back just to enjoy time with family because my son never gets to see them either, but maybe once a year. So really just getting to see him play with his cousins and his grandparents and his great-grandparents. It's about that time spent, especially when you don't get to see them very often. So if you get to see your family often, don't take it for granted. Enjoy that time. and just have fun. That's it. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I'll try and have some of this stuff linked down in the description if you guys are interested. But I hope you guys had an absolutely fantastic holiday and are enjoying the new year. If you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time.